Good evening. Well, it's nice to be here. Comfortable in here. The chairs are all nice. Can you ever be truly ready? Well, a lot went into getting to this point.
Yeah, hopefully I just fixed everything.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all having a good night. Oh, now it's 2. Okay.
Excellent. Good.
Everything's fine.
All right, let me turn down the music just a little bit. Hopefully there's no echo or anything super weird going on, and hopefully the ship music in the background isn't too onerous.
I get the feeling we're going to be experiencing a lot of ship music in this tournament.
Yeah, that was part of the plan, actually. All right, I think we've got a quorum here. It's a little past 8. We'll give everybody maybe another minute or so to file in.
While we do that, let's talk a little bit about what went on to get here. Sometime around January or so, we started opening this up to feedback from the community about what flags they wanted to see played in. So there was a lot of feedback offered. There was voting on different flags. There was feedback on different flag sets. A lot of information went into coming up with what we have now.
Yeah, definitely. So that's an excellent segue into our flag set explanation. So there's a whole bunch of characters on the screen for the flag set. You don't have to copy paste that or anything like that. We'll provide all that for you in the Discord. I wanted to talk about what the flag set is for those of us who haven't been practicing it. This is their first look at the tournament flag set. So we've done a couple things that are a little bit different from past tournaments, but for those people who are familiar with older flag sets, you're not going to find too much craziness here. It should be relatively familiar for everybody.
Probably the biggest radical change of this set is the marsh incentive. That's something that it's come and gone in various forms, but it's very real and very present in this flag set.
Yeah, and that can definitely be a game changer. The other really big one, I think, is the town shuffle. That can really change some things when you don't necessarily have level 2, level 3, level 4 magic guaranteed early on.
Definitely makes you want to have somebody who can hit enemies.
Nice question in chat. So for the party restrictions down below, that's the other big change is we've got a whole theme going on for this tournament, and it is Sail the High Seas. So therefore, one class each week for everybody, which we will reveal during this stream, is the captain. You must play one of that class each week, and we'll modify the flag set so that will be built in. Also, each week, one class has to walk the plank, and you may not play that class at all during the week. And once again, we will determine that during this stream. So for everybody, one class each week will be the captain. Everybody's captain this week will be the same. Same goes for the class that has to walk the plank. Everybody this week cannot use that class. And of course, they will be different classes. It makes no sense to have the captain walk the plank. But these classes will change each week. You can't be the captain 2 weeks in a row. You can't walk the plank 2 weeks in a row. So it'll change from week to week.
Hopefully everybody practiced at least some seeds without their fighter, without their black mage. It could happen. It could happen multiple times. We keep you on your toes.
Yeah, none is not an option for either the captain or walking the plank. It is an option if you just want to add a nun class to your party. That's fine, but it's not going to be forced or banned. Alright, moving on from that, got another handy-dandy slide for... let's just recap what the tournament format is. We've got 5 rounds of Swiss 1v1 matches. For those of you who don't know what Swiss means, it's basically saying that you're going to get paired by record. So if it's round 3 and you've got 1 win and 1 loss so far, we will try to pair you with somebody else who also has 1 win and 1 loss. If there's, an odd number of players or just the math works out differently, you might get paired up or paired down to somebody with a different record, but it will differ by no more than 1 win. So if there's, 13 2-0 players, one of those 2-0 players necessarily will have to play somebody who's not 2-0. They'll play a 1-1, and so on and so forth. We've also built in, because I can do these pairings manually, that you will not get paired up or paired down more than once if we can avoid it. At the end, if you're 0-4 or something like that, or 4-0, it may get a little weird with that, and it could be unavoidable. But as best as we can do, we will try to avoid that scenario. We had some problems in the past, at least in, if not necessarily in Final Fantasy Randomizer, but in other randomizers, where a certain website we used decided to dunk on the same people over and over again, making them get paired up multiple times. So we will try to avoid that as best we can.
Try to make this the best experience we can for everyone. The goal is here in all of this is to have fun, so we want to try and make sure that the format is cooperating as much as possible. Everybody has loved the idea of Swiss since we first brought it in, and for at least the spring and fall tournaments, I think it's here to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'll go through quickly here with how you qualify for the playoffs. So if you 5-0, you win all your matches. Not only do you qualify for the playoffs, but you will get a first round bye in the playoffs. So you will go directly to top 8. If you get 4 wins, go 4-1, you qualify for the playoffs. You don't have to do any more work. 3 wins put you in the play-in race. 2 wins put you in the last chance qualifier race. The winner of that last chance qualifier race gets to play in the play-in race. That play-in race will fill out the top 16 for as many slots as are required. Due to the nature of the Swiss format, with pair-ups and pair-downs, possible buys, and just the flexible number of tournament entrants we've had up to this point, we don't know exactly how many people will fill out a top 16. Depends on how many people go 5-0. Depends on how many people go 4-1, etc. So as many people as we need to fill that top 16 from the play-in race will qualify. So not necessarily just the winner of the play-in race. Several slots could be in play in the play-in race. And of course, if you get either 0 or 1 win, unfortunately, you will not make the playoffs, but there is a cheese and wine party with the old man at Crescent Lake, so that sounds like a lot of fun.
No cookies, Mono's not allowed. He'll be busy in the playoffs. We'll hide all the goodies.
Question in chat, are the last chance qualifier races and play-in races already scheduled, or will that be determined at a later date? I believe I put that information in the tournament rules set. There is a pinned link in the Spring Tourney 2019 channel in Discord. The last chance qualifier race is scheduled for the Saturday after the final round of Swiss. The play-in race is scheduled for the Sunday directly after that, so the day following the last chance qualifier race. I believe those were pretty much the easiest days to schedule for everybody. hopefully we're not shutting anybody out of being able to play in those. But we, since they're large races, we kind of have to do those pretty far in advance. And the best times possible should be used for those.
We try to keep all the information easy to access. Put a lot into the tournament website to make sure we're posting updates whenever anything comes out. Once we have matchups available, not promising it'll be an instant turnaround, but we'll be trying to get things like that up. So anytime there's information or any questions, hopefully you can get an answer on the actual spring tournament website, which is pinned in both the tournament channel and the announcements channel.
All right. Shall we get on with the actual pairings?
Sounds good. That's what people are here for.
Alrighty. So, I've got a handy-dandy Google spreadsheet. Everybody who is in the tournament is over here on the left. Going 1 through 46. There are 46 entrants. And just like last tournament, in fact, I believe we had 46 entrants, so we're just matching straight up with that. And then...
And so great to see so many new names and faces participating in this. We're excited for everybody who joined, especially the people who just joined in the last week, too.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really, really hype about the number of people who joined in the last month, especially. I know there were a lot of delays in getting this tournament underway, but it seems to have been worth it because we've, I think, more than doubled the number of entrants we had. So it's pretty great. Alright, so if you guys can't tell how this works, I've got random.org up here. We've got 1 through 46 that corresponds to the spreadsheet. I'm going to hit the generate button twice per matchup, and then we will see who gets paired with whom. Alright, our first contestants. Number 37. And if we scroll down, that's Spellzap. Spellzap is going to be playing number 38. And that is Tarnin.
Well, this is interesting, and a couple of runners to not be taken lightly. Our most recent Duckling graduate, Tarnin, is a regular of the challenge seeds and loves the game so much he actually made a ROM hack even. So a lot of familiarity with the base game, and both of these have put in plenty of time with the randomizers. So this is already an exciting start of the matchups, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get on to the second one. Who do we got? We've got number 8, DDG, who has played in both of the previous tournaments, if I'm not mistaken. One of our last entrants. We've got DDG versus number 17, Ik Bin Mia.
Oh my, he has been such a presence in the community and very much an organizer. I learned how to do a lot of the setup stuff I did for the website from Maya. Dee, great to have that last minute addition. Joined the last day of registration and played in both previous tournaments. So a third time around for Dee. We're glad to have you, even if you are on Team Stake.
Yeah, and I should have apologized in advance if I totally butcher pronunciations of names. That's all on me. My bad, everyone. Alright, match number 3. We've got number 14, Gouda632 versus the new number 38, Twitch and Chilled.
This is very interesting. This is a great matchup for these runners. I think they're both newer. Gouda is very new to the randomizer, having just gotten into it in the last month. And Twitch is also newer, does some time spinner speed running, and found out about us through the YouTube videos.
Oh, very neat. Yeah, I want to put in a quick aside about all the newer members to the community too. First off, welcome. Hopefully you found us to be helpful and welcoming, and really we're thrilled to have you here. Everybody else who's been here, don't count out anybody who's new, who you haven't seen race, because you just never know. I mean, last time we had Arson Horse go super deep, was a totally new competitor. We've got so many people that have been in these tournaments that have proven themselves, that nobody had ever seen before, hadn't seen anybody race, and just came in fresh and surprised everybody.
All you can ever do is play the seed that's in front of you, do your best, and like I said, the whole point here is have fun, so hopefully everybody does.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, our next pair of contestants. Number 5, Captain Nerd 2 versus number 19, Lord of the Sith.
Alright, so in Captain Nerd, we again have one of the players who just recently picked this up. Actually, this will be the first competition of Randos. Captain Nerd just likes picking up new things. For Synth, it's not a cute nickname. He actually makes synthesizers. So that is a fun little factoid about their nickname. I believe Synth also does some Dragon Warrior randomizer.
Yes, that's correct.
Had a very good showing in the 2018 tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool facts. All right, let's see who's next. We got number 25, Rafe Hates Caleb, versus number 37, Will Cleosis.
The game changer, the one-man hype train. Everybody loves when we got Will on comms, so it's great to have him involved. Caleb does podcasting, does a lot of D&D, and has been playing the base FF1 for close to 30 years at this point. I mean, it's really been that long since the game has been out, and a lot of us have a lot of love for it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Everybody will probably be fighting to commentate that match.
Definitely. Me included. All right. Next pair. Number 22, Mono versus number 13, Hierophilos. Ooh, nice matchup.
Hyro is stuck in 2018's tax season, may not have seen that glowing thing in the sky for a while, but he's a Duckling graduate. He is a really good player. Hadn't got a lot of chance to practice with how busy tax season is, but looking forward to seeing how he does as a little bit more free time creeps back into his schedule. Mono is so well known to the community, nicknamed the Buzzsaw. He can really blaze through seeds. He was kind of a dark horse back in the first tournament, really. Not a lot of people knew him, but he came out and just started trailblazing through those seeds at a faster time than most people thought. So a very skilled player, and I almost doubt the randomness of these matchups if I didn't know better, because we're seeing such a great job of the matchups.
I am not to be blamed for any of this. This is powered by random.org. It is completely out of my hands. All right. Our next matchup is number 16, Lord Fizzlebeef versus number 11, Falconic.
Falconic, one of the admin team, crazy enough to think that Black Mage is the superior mage. He is nicknamed the Enforcer. Fizzlebeef, silver medalist in Shaq Fu. He was a finalist in the inaugural one-day tournament. Not a player to ever be taken lightly.
Alrighty. Our next matchup is number 3, Asher versus number 22, St. Von Jester, SVJ.
Asher, one of our recent Duckling graduates, and since I haven't explained that term, let me just mention that we had a specific program in place to help new players practice the game, learn some of the techniques that veterans already know. And so anytime I'm mentioning a Duckling, that means they've gone through that to help them get better. And I'm sorry, who did you say Asher's opponent was?
St. Von Jester.
Oh, St. Von Jester, definitely a veteran who's been around. He's firmly on Team Vorpal and streams a variety of games.
All right, good stuff. All right, I have a feeling, I don't know why, but I have a feeling this next matchup is going to be truly epic. All right, hashtag rigged. Here it comes. Number 16, Mezada versus number 26, Trenton GL.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear who the second was.
I believe that's Trenton GL.
Oh, well, good news for Mezada because that will be a bye. But Mezada is one of the players who joined after seeing our YouTube showcase. We did that earlier this week. It was really exciting, and a couple people have given us some great feedback on this. Has never done an FF1R tournament before, but just found about this in last year and got into it in a big way.
All
and
right.
my mic, legitimately, my headphones cut out when he said my name. So
okay. Fair enough. Alrighty. Moving on. We still got so many big names on the board. Let's do this. Our first contestant is Dangwoo versus our super special guest. And who might that be? Are you ready? I know everybody in chat has been waiting to find out who this is. It's Woat!
Get Woat, go for broke. We're happy to have you, Woat. Thanks for coming back to this tournament, and we're excited to see you get back into this. Dangwoo also came from the Duckling program. He is one of those who has been influenced by Artea, started doing some two-man strats, and has been involved in a lot of our recent broadcasts and making things happen. So, again, really excited to see these two go at it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this matchup especially.
I think you're going to have to fight off Wilcliosis if you want to get into the booth batteries.
Yep, possibly. Alrighty.
I do want to mention real fast, though, Woat was also, with Wilcliosis, one of the commentators for the YouTube race, so they did a good job showcasing us on that.
Absolutely. Alright. Next up, we've got Elastoid versus Zardia.
Zar sees all, and what he sees is a very challenging opponent in Elastoid. They're both absolutely veterans, and that should be a really good one.
Yeah, Elastoid in particular has done just so much work practicing, running all kinds of different flag sets, just, putting in the time. And, of course, we've got the Zar NG. So anything could happen in this match.
Except for a friendly easy seed. That's the only thing that can't happen.
That's true. Can't possibly happen. Alrighty. We're not even halfway through our pairings so far. Let's see who's next. We've got number 23, Tyrannex versus number 22, Tristal MTG.
Well, you had to get in there at some point, and of course, for those who don't know, Tristal was the winner of our first tournament, and for Tyrannex, has been an all-around great community member. He's helped us on restreaming and other aspects of the crew. A very good runner, and also does quite a bit of Dragon Warrior randomizers. So y'all could have the loser of that match call for a rematch at Dragon Warrior after you're done.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a lot of Dragon Warrior grudge matches happening, I bet. Alrighty. Pairing down the list. Everybody who's in chat and still waiting to get paired is biting their nails. Let's see who's next. We got number 15, Pizzapotamus, versus number 8, Jacoper.
Jacoper is one of the veterans. I'll come back to that in just a moment. Pizzapotamus has come through the Ducklings. He's been a tracker on several races, so we're very grateful for his contributions. Jacoper is an institution, especially in randomizers, but he was one of the early playtesters of the Final Fantasy I randomizer. Definitely a participant all the way back in the first tournament, and likes to show up for these. We are glad to have him.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoper's a legend, just plays everything, it seems like. And like you said, he's been here since the beginning. So Pizzapotamus has got a tough road ahead of them.
In fact, I should specify that if you ever check out the grave in Elfland, it says in Tropers, imps are safe, rest in peace. I actually dispute that should say Jacoper because he was the one who died to the imps.
Yep, alrighty. Okay, who do we have next? Again, number 8, this time it's Kyuketsuki versus number 5, Doogie MacGyver.
Doogie MacGyver is a little bit on the newer side, is been misled into Team Vorpal, but has enjoyed the Twitch broadcasts and has decided to sign up and participate in this one. Kyuketsuki has definitely been around here, and not a lot of the console gaming background leading to this, but a lot of MMOs.
Alrighty. Doing good there on audio. It looks like somebody is saying we might have some audio issues in chat.
Yeah, I think we're having a little bit of Discord being Discord this evening.
Yeah, that happens. Okay. Alright, still some really huge names in this list. Here we go. Our next matchup. Braxis Muse versus Len the Cat.
Len the Cat is an absolute machine. I was looking at it today, and if Len is not the number one in competed in SRL races for Final Fantasy Hacks, gotta be right up there, more than anyone in the top 10 by over 100 races, I think.
Yeah, Len's been going crazy on the practice.
And I'm sorry, I had a drop, so who is Len playing?
Braxis Muse.
Oh, Braxis, that's exciting. Braxis as, again, somebody who's been an active participant in the crew lately, does some Dragon Warrior, and was a Duckling graduate. And I do believe those two have raced quite a few times.
Oh yes, these two definitely know each other, so this is a great grudge match. Alright, we've got 8 matches left. Let's see who's next. We've got Wab1024 versus Shofuko Machi.
The Shenanigans in action. Sho had a particularly good showing back the first time around with the league, and is always a threat. And if I can find where I am in my notes. Wab definitely a fan of the live Twitch shows, and I asked people to submit fun facts. This was Wab's. A single cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds. So there you go, courtesy of Wab.
Fantastic. Alrighty. I can still see some people in chat on edge, so to speak. Let's see who's coming up next. Still, so many big names on this list. We've got number 10, Rumblefish82. And their opponent is Sonny Wrath 11.
All right, so this is a contrast of experience. Rumblefish, this is the third FFR tournament and does not give up on matches. Plays them out to finish. That definitely helps you get better. Versus Sonny Wrath is kind of a variety speedrunner, was a participant in the SNES Triathlon, and started playing FFR since the league last year. That was their first FFR tournament.
Okay. 6 matches left. Let's see who's next. We've got Shadow Walker 227 versus Moist Mogwai.
I think a lot of us are going to be excited to see Mo get in there and race Most Mogwai. Mama Duck, who takes the head of the Duckling challenges, all that, helping make sure we're taking care of our new players. She has been so good in that role, and we're happy to have her. Shadow Walker has obviously been so involved in the community for so long. He's on the staff of the Discord, and very, very much a veteran player. And nobody's going to take Shadow Walker lightly in any match at any time.
Definitely. All right. You know what? I'm surprised I haven't managed to hit 2 numbers in a row that are the same. Well, we'll see. 1 in 10 chance here. So we've got number 5, Greglypuff versus the Hangry Canuck.
Again, I'm just so excited with all these. Greglypuff likes turtles, also likes working with some of our broadcasts, has definitely been involved on the cruise side of things, and likes to use the black belts. Hangry Canuck has certainly been around for a while, is in fact certified 100% Canadian, and is active in some other games, but in particular Zelda 2. And if I'm not mistaken, that's not randomizer, that's actual Zelda 2.
Yeah, that is not an easy game, so if you can do well at that, you could probably do well at just about anything. Alrighty, we're down to 8 people left. First up, Magius versus Solaris Drix.
Sorry, could you repeat who the versus is?
Yes, no problem. Magius versus Solaris Drix.
Okay, Magius was in the first FFR tournament, if I'm not mistaken, so has been around for that long. Solaris is newer to the randomizer, but also speedruns vanilla, the FF1 PSP any percent, does some DWR, also does some free enterprise. It's a little bit of variety in the games run for Solaris.
Alrighty, 6 names left. Who do we got? Arson Horse versus... Nope, not Arson Horse. He doesn't get the bye. That's not how this works. Arson Horse versus... No, come on! Somebody else. He does not get to play Arson Horse. Alright.
Come on!
Arson Horse versus Edgestream.
There we go. Edge is currently ranked number 2 in SRL. He You can't summarize Edgeworth's accomplishments. He's got too many, but I'll just say the champion of the most recent one-day tournament. So that's who you're up against with Edgeworth. Always good luck with that. And Arson Horse, I guess you could call him the original Mighty Duck. So again, came through the Ducklings and proven himself a good player. So
yeah, absolutely.
You don't ever want to take anybody lightly.
Arson Horse was my, so to speak, dark horse pick to win the league previously. And then, what else can you say about Edgeworth? Winner of the last tournament, just crushes everyone left and right. That one, I think, is one of the marquee matchups this round for sure.
And I want to throw in one more factoid about Arson Horse because I think this is interesting. Last spring Swiss, he went 4-1 in those. So just goes to show what a player he is, because you can't do that accidentally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do that. That takes serious skill.
Yeah, very underrated player in my opinion. Okay, down to our last four. We just got two big names off the board, so there's a couple people in chat hopefully feel a little bit better about their matchups. We've got One Fine Day versus Ali Gerbrap.
Looks like that's Ali, if I saw that right.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so Ali has been a participant in both the 2018 leagues. Likes to join us on crew. We're very happy to have Ali Gerbab. Also does some tracking work with other randomizer games as well. So gets around to some variety. One Fine Day has certainly been around and playing currently in the top 10 in SRL rankings, and definitely a talented player at this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So that leaves our last matchup for this round. Melee Wizard versus Crab Cakes.
Crab Cakes has... you don't always see Crab Cakes, but when you do, you know you're in for something. Crab Cakes is incredibly talented and can really put on a show. Melee Wizard has been involved a lot. He does commentary not only for us, but for other randomizers as well. And the best thing I can say about Melee Wizards is swords don't run out of magic points.
No, they do not. Alrighty.
So our matchups, this is exciting. I think we got a great schedule. You didn't even have to rig anything. Randomness just gave us a great schedule all on its own.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great competitors here. It was only natural we'd have so many awesome matchups. Alright, but then there's one more important detail we still need. We need to determine our captain and our plank walker. So let's ratchet up. 1 through 6 you can see on the spreadsheet. Just goes in order: number 1, fighter; number 2, thief, and so on. Everybody in chat, who do you want to be the captain? Who do you want to be everybody's forced competitor this week?
If it's Black Mage, it's too easy on everybody. I think even Red Mage would be a kind of a crowd pleaser. I'm going to go White Mage. I think White Mage is not necessarily people's first thought, but also not quite what the thief is.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying thief, a lot of people saying White Mage. I think for our first week, I think we can let everybody off easily. I figure any one of the mages is pretty easy. We don't want to go too crazy with a thief or anything like that. But it's not up to me. It's up to random.org. So don't blame me when I click right now. We get White Mage.
Anyways.
White Mage is our captain on our adventure this week.
Not only could I not influence, I can only see him generate this off of his own stream. So I see it after he did it. I had no influence in that whatsoever.
Well, we made a lot of people in chat happy, but then who do you want to see walk the plank? And I'll remind everybody, the White Mage will not walk the plank. they decide who walks the plank. Alright, we got some variety in chat again. Some fighter, black belt, a couple black mage in there. Well, no, just Hierofellow saying black mage twice.
I don't know, but let's keep fighters week 1. We can ban them week 2.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion as well. Alright, now if we roll white mage, we're just gonna reroll. Alright, let's go. We've got... Nope. Like I said, if we roll white mage, we're just gonna reroll. So once again... Come on now. That's twice in a row. We've had 3 of the same roll here. Let's go. Okay. Everybody should be pretty happy here. Thief has walked the plank.
Thief is out. This is probably about as friendly as things could go on that for week 1, so I think that's a good warm-up week. And I have no doubt that we're going to see a week without fighters, so nice to have them in the first week just as everybody gets warmed up to it.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So with that, we have our round 1 matchups. We've got our captain, the White Mage, and the Dastardly Thief has walked the plank and is not available.
So just to clarify this point yet again, we will update the tournament website with the flags that reflect the forced and banned. So that will be done, and you will have the accurate flags for this week.
In fact, I am just pasting that in the Spring Tourney 2019 channel as we speak. So this has included already. You may not pick a thief, and the White Mage is forced in the first slot. So everybody can go ahead and get practicing. And I've got a nice little slide up here. What do I do now? So we had a couple questions in chat. Has the tournament started? When does this all go? You are welcome to begin and start scheduling your matches immediately. You have through the end of next Sunday, April 14th, to finish your round 1 match. It is best of 1. You play 1 match, and that's it. So for those of you who are totally new to either tournaments or leagues, we are here to help you out if you need some help getting started with everything. If you need to get a SRL account, a Speedruns Live account, to race on these, we can help you out with that. If you've never streamed before, of course, we do need you to stream your races so that, you know, we can verify everything and do awesome commentary and restreaming and all that good stuff everybody's looking forward to. And of course, we can help you set that up as well. So if you have any questions, that Spring Tourney 2019 channel is the perfect place to ask. Also, there's a new player help channel that's wonderful for this sort of thing as well.
So your actual race times will be between the 2 runners to decide when you're going to actually run your race. And then just as a best practice, we're asking people to try and schedule things at least 24 hours out so that it's easier to put everything together on the schedule. You go to the website, we have the schedule races page linked directly. You tell us what the match is, who's facing who. You tell us the date and time and your restream preference so that we can do our best to get everybody accommodated.
All right. Any more questions in chat? I see from Braxis, if you have to forfeit for any reason, does your opponent have to finish to take the win, or is it automatic? So that's something you can talk with your opponents. I would say that it's sort of up to your opponent how you want to treat it. If it's, you know, one of those things where you could reschedule the match, you started off super early or something like that, work it out with them, and if, you know, something can't be worked out, obviously get a tournament admin. I would generally say your opponent doesn't actually have to finish, but that's not something that's up to me. If SRL says differently, then yeah, then it sounds like you have to finish.
We certainly want to see people finish, but tournament rules are slightly different than SRL rules, so we want to accommodate people being able to race as much as possible. If life happens and we can reasonably reschedule you, then most people are going to want to race the match instead of just taking a forfeit. So if it's just life happened to happen at that exact time and things can be done, this is such a great community. People are going to try and work with you. I have no doubts in saying that about this wonderful group of people. And we're just going to do our best because, hey, said it at the start, I'll say it again, said it in the middle. The goal here is to have fun. So we're going to try and do our best for everybody. We're going to try and be fair to everybody to make sure that it's as fun as it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if it's a case where you've scheduled a race, something comes up and you can't even make it to the race, we'll just try to work out something, reschedule, work something out with your opponent and make that happen. If it's during a race, it'll sort of depend on the circumstances a little bit, but let's, hopefully nothing comes up with that sort of thing. And if it does, we can handle it in the most fair way possible.
So as we start to wrap up, I want to make an attempt to thank people. And I say attempt because the bad thing about trying to do this is you're almost certainly going to leave somebody off. But on the admin side, Czar has done so much work to get these Final Fantasy randomizer tournaments where they are. Falconic and Minochi have worked with you and I in trying to make everything flow as good as we can. Ichben Maya, I want to say a special thanks to because so much of the tournament design, website design, comes from things I learned from him. So getting the scheduling page and all that kind of thing to work, I want to be sure I'm giving him his due. Will Cleosis is such a great voice for the community, and he's done a lot of the comms on our promotional races as we built the hype, including that YouTube race earlier this week. Wout has come back and joined us. We're grateful to have him back. Kind of the format we used tonight for doing the random pair-ups. Wout started that trend in Final Fantasy Randomizer when we found out about problems with how the previous site was doing our Swiss matchups. So Wout took a lot of time to work on that in the past, and we're glad to have him and glad to have him on comms. And 46 great people have signed up for this tournament. Well, 45 plus me.
Oh.
And we're very glad that each and every one of you have signed up for this and hope that you will have a great time throughout. And thank you to all of you who have joined us here. Tristal, working as our tournament admin, has done so much of the work on the rules structure. And it's no small task to put all that together and try to think of every question that anybody could ask and then answer the ones that somebody thinks of 5 seconds later.
Yeah, it's tough to take everything into account. Hopefully I've covered as many bases as we'll need to in the future. From here on out, though, for me, it's mostly just clicking that generate button a lot of times. So most of the work is behind me. And again, of course, we'll post all the pairings again on the Discord. This video will be posted to the Discord as well as uploaded to YouTube. And of course, will be in my Twitch videos as well. So there'll be lots of ways to refer to it. And as for right now, I think I'm ready to practice one of these seeds.
I want to throw one more thanks in because, again, like I said, I'm scared I would forget somebody. But Tyrannex was also on our tournament staff, helping get things put together. And aside from all his great work with the restreaming, and he's been highly involved in the challenge seeds, and joined us on helping to put the organization together for this. So do not want to forget him.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody who's had a hand in putting any of this together, whether it's just practicing flag sets or getting people signed up or, the bigger stuff, helping out with the sign-up sheets and everything. Thank you so, so much. This is going to be a lot of fun, and everybody, I hope, has a wonderful time playing this. You are free to schedule your matches as soon as you like. I believe the link is already pinned to the Spring Tourney 2019 channel. So go nuts.
Yeah, there isn't any way we could get a broadcast scheduled tonight realistically, but if you want to race, we'll pitch a fit over it if that works for both opponents, but technically our first day of competition starts on Saturday. So with that, I'll let you get on with your stream. I think you're going to run one of these seeds now.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, good luck. And again, good luck to everybody in the tournament. Hopefully everybody has fun. I'll bow out and wish you all a good night.
All right, thank you so much for your help on the stream today, Trenton.